هدايا صاحي كي تستريح وغص الدعاء.
Bismillah wassalatu wassalam ala man la nabiyya ba'da. All praises is indeed due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the nourisher, the sustainer, the capacitated master of creation. Lovely viewers, I welcome you once again to my YouTube channel, Soldiers of Islam Media. Alhamdulillah, we are proceeding with our reaction videos that I have entitled it Misconception about Islam. As I told you earlier, Islam has no defects, Islam has no misconception, but people think these are the things that drive them away from Islam. So we are here to erase all those misconceptions regarding Islam. This is our 7th episode, and today we are reacting to the 7th misconception, which is, why does Islam subjugate women by keeping them behind a veil? Why do they wear that veil to cover themselves? That is hijab, precisely hijab. That is one of our problems today. Why do you have to force a woman to be in that veil, even during the hot time, during summer, especially when the weather is very hot? Why won't she be in the skimpy dress? She have the right to choose anything she have to wear. Why are we forcing on them to wear what they don't want to wear? So inshallah, we are going to get a very big insight for the reason why Islam places a very strong emphasis on our women to wear the veil to cover themselves. Inshallah, you are going to love it. So inshallah, without wasting time, let's begin. Inshallah.
That why does Islam subjugate the woman by keeping her behind the veil, by keeping her behind the hijab? Before I discuss the real reason, let's look at the status of women in the past civilizations. If you look at the history of the Babylonian civilization, women were ill-treated, and if a man committed murder, his wife was put to death. If you look at the history of the Greek civilization, women were an object of sex and pleasure, and they believed in an evil woman by the name of Pandora, who was the cause of all evil. If you look at the history of the Roman civilization, women were considered as an object of sex and pleasure. Prostitution and nudity was common. If you look at the history of the Egyptian civilization, women were considered as an instrument of the devil. If you look at the history of the Arab civilization, before the glorious Quran was revealed, when a female child was born, they used to bury her alive. Alhamdulillah, thumma alhamdulillah, after the revelation of the glorious Quran, this practice has been stopped in the Arab lands. But yet it persists in many countries of the world. Islam gave rights to the woman. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was a major benefactor in giving the rights to the woman. And many people talk about hijab for the woman. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first talks about hijab for the man. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the glorious Quran, in Surah Nur, chapter number 24, verse number 30, قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ أَنْ يَغْضُضُوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ وَيَحْفَظُوا فُرُوجَهُم. Say to the believing man that he should lower his gaze and guard his modesty. Whenever any man looks at any woman, and if any blazing thought, if any unashamed thought comes to his mind, he should lower his gaze and guard his modesty. And once there was a man who was looking at a woman for a long time. I told him, brother, what you are doing, it is haram, it is prohibited. He told me that our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that the first glance is forgiven, the second glance is prohibited. I have not completed half my glance. What did the Prophet mean when he said that the first glance is forgiven, the second glance is prohibited? It does not mean that you can look at a woman for 10 minutes without blinking and say that I have not completed my glance.
One thing about this point is, now in our community, where if you like the Prophet ﷺ said, you don't have to feast your eyes on a woman for a long time. If you mistakenly look on her by mistake, you have to just remove your eyes. Now if you try this thing outside, oh, I'm not going to look at a woman, I'm going to focus on by mistake, if I will look at a woman, I will immediately remove her eyes. Now you see that maybe you can deal with that, but now in the case of social media, what social media is bombarded with all these pictures, so you realize that Shaitan has a way of coming to us from different angle. So in this time, it is the duty of us to strive more harder to do away with all these things, how to try and control ourselves from not looking at those things. It's very difficult at this age of social media, in your WhatsApp, because definitely you're on WhatsApp, on your Instagram, on your Facebook, on your Twitter, and other social media platforms. You cannot dodge from all these things. So it is a time we have to show our godliness, that prove that we are people who indeed are believers, by striving to try as much as possible to do away with those things. Because even in your room now, if you are sitting in your room at first you are at peace, but now your TV is bringing them free. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to be able to overcome all these trials.
It means that if you look at a woman unintentionally, do not continue looking at her in order to feast on her beauty. The next verse, Surah Nur, chapter number 24, verse number 31. قل للمؤمنات يغضضن من أبصارهن ويحفظن فروجهن ولا يبدين زينتهن إلا ما ظهر منها وليضربن بخمورهن على جيوبهن. O Prophet, say to the believing woman that she should lower her gaze and guard her modesty and display not her beauty except what is ordinary of, and tell her to draw her veil over her bosoms and display not her beauty except in front of their husbands, their fathers, their sons. And there is a big list of mahram, of close relatives who she cannot marry. In Islam, there are basically 6 criteria for hijab that are mentioned in the glorious Quran and the authentic hadith. The first is the extent for the man and for the woman. For the man, it is from the navel to the knee, and for the woman, it is the complete body should be covered. The only parts that can be seen are the face and the hands up to the wrist. The remaining 5 criteria are same for the man as well as for the woman. Second is that the clothes they wear, it should be loose. It should not be tight-fitting. It should not reveal the figure. Third, it should not be translucent or transparent. Fourth, it should not be so glamorous that it attracts the opposite sex. Fifth, it should not be that of the opposite sex. And sixth is that it should not resemble that of the unbelievers. These are basically 6 criteria for hijab that are mentioned in the glorious Quran and in the authentic hadith. And this does not consist of the complete hijab. You have hijab of the eyes, hijab the way you walk, hijab the way you talk, hijab the way you behave, hijab of the heart, hijab of the thoughts. This consists of the complete hijab. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the glorious Quran, in Surah Ahzab, chapter number 33, verse number 56, that يا أيها النبي قل لأزواجك وبناتك ونساء المؤمنين يدنين عليهن من جلابيبهن. O Prophet, tell your wives and your daughters that when they go abroad to put on their cloak, so that they shall be recognized and it will prevent them from being molested. I would like to ask you a question. That if their twin sisters were walking along the streets of Mumbai, along Pedder Road, and both of them are equally beautiful. One is dressed in the hijab, that is the complete body covered, and the other is dressed in the miniskirt or shorts. And if there's a ruffian, if there's a hooligan who's waiting for a catch, who's waiting to tease a girl, I am asking the question, which girl will he tease? Will he tease the girl in the Islamic hijab, or will he tease the girl in the miniskirts or shorts? Which girl will he tease? But natural, the girl in the miniskirts or shorts. You invite, so he'll receive. Islam has prescribed hijab for the woman so that it prevents her from being molested. And after that, if any man rapes any woman, capital penalty, death penalty. Someone might say, death penalty, such a barbaric law. In this 21st century, Islam is a barbaric religion. Islam is a ruthless religion. And if you ask this to many non-Muslims, that God forbid, if someone rapes your mother, if someone rapes your sister, and if you are made the judge and the rapist is brought in front of you, what punishment will you give him? And believe me, 100% will say that we will put him to death. Some will go to the extent, we will torture him to death. If someone rapes your mother, if someone rapes your sister, you want to put him to death, you want to torture him to death. If someone rapes someone else's mother, someone else's sister, you say death penalty is such a barbaric law. Why these double standards? America, one of the most advanced countries of the world, it has the highest rate of rape. According to the FBI report, in the year 1990, 1,756 rapes took place. And according to the US Department of Justice, 2,713 women were being raped every day in the year 1996. That means every 32 seconds, one woman is being raped. I am asking the question that if you implement the Islamic Sharia, that every woman should be dressed in the Islamic hijab, that is, the complete body should be covered, the only parts that can be seen are the face and the hands up to the wrist. And after that, if any man rapes any woman, capital penalty, death penalty. I am asking the question that if you implement the Islamic Sharia in USA, will the rate of rape, will it increase? Will it remain the same? Or will it decrease?
It will decrease.
But natural, it will decrease. You implement the Sharia and you get results. Therefore, the least rate of rape in any country in the world, it's in Saudi Arabia. You implement the Sharia and you get results. The Western civilization, in the name of women's liberalization, they are claiming to uplift the woman. They have actually degraded her to status of concubines, mistresses, society butterflies, which are mere tools in the hands of pleasure seekers and sex marketers, which are hidden behind the colorful screen of art and culture. In the name of art and culture, they are selling their daughters, they are selling their mothers. We love our daughters, we love our mothers. If hijab subjugates the woman, then we love the subjugation, we love this oppression. In the name of art and culture, they are selling their daughters, they are selling their mothers. We love our daughters, we love our mothers. And what are they doing? Going back to the Babylonian civilization, to the Roman civilization. In the name of art, culture, fashion TV, modeling, what are they doing? Going back to the old ways. The eighth most common question.
So this is one of our most problem now, that women should strip themselves naked, wearing skimpy dress to walk. It is their right. You don't have to force hijab on them. Recently there was a case in news on the media that I guess that is my country, Ghana, that there is a high rate of rape today. So at the normal circumstances, we are the cause. We allow our children to wear anything without giving a second thought. They dress anyhow without knowing that the kind of dress you put on that attracts a man. The man is always being attracted by these ladies, the way they dress, the way they walk. These are some of the things that attracts a man. So if a woman can completely cover herself well, no man will harass her, no man will try to molest her. These are some of the things we should give a second thought. There was a story, but I guess it's a true story, that a government of one of the renowned country came to. He was seeking opinion from opinion leaders in the community. So he decided to go to the church to get the opinion regarding the rate cases of rape they are getting. What is the solution? He went to the churches, so he decided to come to the mosque. So he seek attention of the imam, and they were asking what is the solution? What do you think is the solution to reduce the rate of rape? Then he just gave them a very simple scenario. What he said, if you have a meat in the two plates, and one of the plate is covered and the one is open, and you put them outside, which of them will flies buzzle around? Then the people said, surely the one that is open, flies will really buzzle around it. Then he said, yes, that is a simple scenario of how to reduce rape case in this community. Why? Because if you allow your daughters to go outside to buy revealing clothes, skimping clothes that tight them, then they wear it and go out, and you think that men will sit behind and look at and just walk away from them without molesting them, without harassing them, without stopping them? No. But if you buy them clothes that completely cover them, that all their bodies are being covered, surely no man will think about them, because their shapes are not showing, nothing of them is showing, nothing of hair will attract you. So that is the issue. If you want a good result, we should implement the Sharia. Women should be well covered, dressed up, they should wear the veil. Even if, look at where because gold and diamonds are precious. Look at where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kept it. You cannot walk on the street and just take gold on the floor. Our women are more than gold and diamonds. That is why we want to keep them in that beautiful veil, to cover them, because they are very precious. They are like queens. Muslim women are queens. But unless the one who decides to strip herself naked and walk in the society, then she has really go out from that queenship. That is why we give that value to our Muslim women. That is why always everybody can testify that the Muslim women are the most beautiful creation on this earth. That there is no doubt. But without much love, without much talk, inshallah, my next reaction video on the same misconception will come very soon, inshallah. If you are new here, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit on the notification bell, so that anytime I drop a new content, you will be notified. Much love. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.